Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Nas, native English speaker, CELTA certified. Now, if you're serious about improving your English fluency, then there are a couple things that you need to do starting today. I'm going to share with you 9 daily practices that will take your English to the next level. These aren't just tips, they're real life applications. Let's jump right in, starting with number 1, which is start your day with English. And why is this important? Well, how you start your day sets the tone for everything else. So why not start with English? You could listen to an English podcast, read a short news article, practice some vocabulary flashcards while you sip your morning coffee. Just set aside 10 to 15 minutes every morning. Make it your routine. Listen to an English podcast during your commute. Not only will you improve your listening skills, but it will help you think in English from the start of your day. So start your day with English. And let's say you listen to a news podcast, you hear a new word. Well, what can you do with that new word? Try to use it in a sentence later that day. Try to use it multiple times. Next up, I know that speaking is probably the most challenging skill to master if you don't live in an English-speaking country. So what's the trick? Speak out loud every day, even if you're just talking to yourself. I know you're going to feel kind of crazy at the beginning, but bear with me, give this a try. Practice by describing your day, talking about what you're going to do, or even narrating your actions as you do them. For example, I'm making a video right now. I will make dinner after this video. Also, while you're cooking dinner, narrate the process in English. I'm chopping onions. Now I'm adding spices. I'm adding cream. I'm adding pasta. This will really help you get comfortable speaking English in real time. Next up, set micro challenges. If you want to keep your motivation high, set small daily challenges for yourself. These micro challenges will push you to use English in new ways and help you track your progress. So what do I mean by mini challenges or micro challenges? Instead of trying to learn 10 words, let's start with 3. Challenge yourself to learn 3 new words today, but more importantly, use them in conversation. Or try to speak for 5 minutes without switching to your native language. So, if today's challenge is to use 3 new words or 3 new idioms, let's look at an idiom like "it's raining cats and dogs today." Well, the key is to actively incorporate these new phrases into your speech. So, it's raining cats and dogs today, but it wasn't raining cats and dogs yesterday. I looked at the weather report. It will be raining cats and dogs at the weekend. Can you see? I'm using it multiple times. I'm becoming comfortable with it. It's becoming my friend. How about using English in your hobbies? Why not combine something you love, your hobby, with your English learning, which might not be your hobby? So whether it's cooking, gaming, or fitness, do it in English. If you're into cooking, follow recipes in English. If you love gaming, switch your game's language settings to English. This will make language learning a natural part of your daily life. If you enjoy fitness, follow a workout video in English. If you love doing yoga, do it in English. Not only will you learn new vocabulary about your hobby, but you'll also improve your listening comprehension in a real-world context. And because it's a real-world context, you'll see the benefit of it. You'll understand why you are studying English. You'll understand how you can use it in the real world. And I promise you, that will motivate you. Now, moving on to engaging in online communities. The internet is a wonderful place. It's full of English-speaking communities where you can practice writing, you can practice speaking. Whether it's a forum, a social media group, a language exchange app, there are endless opportunities to engage. So join an online group related to your interests. So do you love photography? Okay, you love photography. why not join an English-speaking photography forum? Participate in discussions, ask questions, share your thoughts. Do it all in English. And you know what? If someone corrects your grammar, then they're an idiot. That's the only thing that they can correct. So don't let it faze you. And I challenge you now to comment below. Be fearless. Embrace this opportunity to engage. Do you love books? Are you a bookworm? Well, if you're in a book club, share your thoughts about the latest books you've read. Writing about your interest in English is a starting step. It will make the process and the practice of English enjoyable and relevant real-life application. That's so important. Are you ready to talk about Netflix? Okay. Watch English content with subtitles, without subtitles. I get asked this question all the time. Now, watching movies or TV shows in English is a fantastic way to improve your listening skills. To make it even more effective, use English subtitles. But no, wait, hold on a minute. How about start by watching with subtitles in your native language, especially if you are A2, B1. Then switch to English subtitles. And then in step 3, try watching without any subtitles at all. So basically, you're going to watch the episode 3 times, right? And this gradual approach, this build-up will help you become more comfortable with natural English. So first, native subtitles, native language subtitles, then English subtitles, and finally, no subtitles. So pick a show that you enjoy. Lots of students love Friends, or The Crown, or my favorite, Bridgerton, or even Emily in Paris. Watch an episode first with subtitles in your language, your native language. Then watch it again with English subtitles, and finally without subtitles. And you will be amazed. You'll be surprised. You'll be blown away by how much more you understand each time. Now, maybe you're not a fan of writing, maybe you don't even have a journal in your native language, but journaling, writing is a powerful way to reinforce what you've learned, to use vocabulary, to practice grammar in a very safe space. Keeping a daily journal in English helps you practice grammar, vocabulary, and sentence structure. Every evening, write a short entry about your day, your thoughts, or even your plans for the next day. Don't worry about making mistakes. It's a safe space. Just focus on getting your thoughts down on paper. So write something like, today I went to the market. I bought some fresh vegetables. Later, I went to the mall. I bought a new dress. In the evening, I watched a movie in English. I cooked pasta. This practice will really help solidify your daily learning. Now, moving on to tip number 8, this is something that I've just created on YouTube, and I do hope that you follow this channel. It's shadowing native speakers. So I've mentioned this before. I'm a native English speaker, born in South Africa. I'm CELTA certified, and I have been trained in speech and drama. So I think that I am the right person to teach shadowing. I think I do have the skills and the expertise, but you're probably sitting there wondering, okay, what is shadowing? What are you talking about? Well, shadowing is when you listen to a native English speaker, like myself, and then you repeat what they say as closely as possible. And this technique will improve your pronunciation, your intonation, your fluency. So find a podcast with a native speaker, follow my Shadowing Short Stories series, play it sentence by sentence, pause after each sentence, repeat exactly what you hear, mimicking the tone, the pace, the pronunciation. Welcome to Shadow Storytelling. First, listen actively, then listen and repeat, and finally, read aloud and record yourself. Let's get started. After a 2-month adventure through Europe, Emily returned home with a heart full of memories and her bags full of souvenirs. Italy had been her last stop, and she couldn't wait to display the treasures she'd found. With a sigh of contentment, Emily unlocked the door to her apartment, ready to relax and relive the highlights of her trip. The thought of a cozy evening at home filled her with warmth. But as soon as she stepped inside, a putrid smell hit her. Emily's heart sank. Something was very, very wrong. So find a podcast with a native speaker, follow my Shadowing Short Stories series, play it sentence by sentence, pause after each sentence, repeat exactly what you hear, mimicking the tone, the pace, the pronunciation. Choose one of my videos. I will put a link in the description. Shadow me. For example, if I say learning English is a journey, you repeat, learning English is a journey, with the same rhythm, the same intonation. And this practice can significantly boost your speaking skills. In the Shadowing Short Story series, I'm also going to focus on ED pronunciation. So I'm going to include lots of ED words, words that end with ED, which cause so many problems for ESL students. So sign up and watch your fluency and your pronunciation just rocket. Next up, surround yourself with English. And here I'm not telling you to jump on a plane, go to the UK and spend thousands of pounds. No, I have some other strategies. But the more you immerse yourself in English, the faster you'll improve, which is why most people go to an English-speaking country, but they do it for 2 weeks or 4 weeks, and that's not long-term, right? So immersing yourself in English absolutely works. It means making English a part of your daily environment as much as possible. But hey, since you can't just jump on a flight to the UK and stay there forever, there must be something else you can do. How about changing your phone's language settings to English? Label items around your house in English. Try to think in English throughout the day. Join a group class and speak for an hour in English. Now, this is really interesting. If you go to the UK and you are not in a language school, you're probably not going to get 1 hour of speaking time in English into your day, because the people walking around on the streets don't have the time to chit-chat with you. But if you join a group class, you can engage in English for 60 minutes, listening and speaking. So the goal here is to make English unavoidable in your daily life. So to recap, label your furniture, label your appliances, label your food items in English. Put a label on your fridge that says refrigerator, on your mirror that says mirror. This constant exposure will help to reinforce your vocabulary. So there you have it. These are my 9 daily practices that can help you enhance your English vocabulary and fluency. But you'll have to remember that consistency is key. You can't just do it today and tomorrow or for the first week. You've got to do it every day. But I guarantee that the more you integrate these practices into your daily routine, the faster you will see results. Now, if you found this video helpful, please do give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and to the Shadowing Short Stories channel. And I hope to bring you more tips on learning English, but tell us what you'd really like to know. Also, in the first step of this new practice, of a new way of learning and mastering English, go ahead, leave a comment below. Tell me what you think of these practices. Tell me what you find difficult about learning English. And tell me which of these practices you are going to start using today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm your host, Nas, native English speaker and CELTA certified.